Hello and welcome to Victoriana. We're actually a couple of weeks into July now, and I think our last clip we did was sometime way back in May. We have been extremely busy, hence why we haven't done any clips. We've just been too busy getting on producing stuff and just trying to keep up really. So as you can see, since our last clip the tomatoes have absolutely romped away. We've got our tomato day on the 15th of August, so that's just over a month away. We've got a fantastic fruit set this year, and we're just starting to see a little bit of colour. So as I say, by middle of August we'd like to think we'll have all the varieties in here fruiting and up to full flavour. We've got just over 80 varieties of tomato in here this year for our tasting, so that'll be a little bit of fun. Also, the chilies have romped away as well. We're just in the middle of spacing them now, and actually we've run out of room. We've got 145 varieties of chilli in here this year, so we're actually having to move a load out into the other house because we just haven't got a lot of room for those. Yeah, it all looks good for the end of the year for our chilli festival as well. Details of both the tomato festival and our chilli festival can be found on our website, so follow the link from our visiting us page and you'll find full details of both. And meantime, I'll give you a run around the nursery and show you just what we've been up to for the last couple of months. As I say, it's been a busy time. So out here on the veg garden, I have to say it has been quite a battle this year to keep up, get everything in. We've been quite late on a lot of things. We were very late with our climbing peas, so they haven't made full height, but they're coming up to flower and starting to produce pods now. And we are catching up on everything. Sweet corn are in and they're growing away okay. Got quite a lot of weeding to do, but we're sort of catching up on that as well. One thing we have had this year, despite all our cages that we have, is even more pigeon problems. We've had problems with them eating the leaves of beetroot, obviously, and spinach, and obviously things like cabbages, etc. We cage them anyway, but yeah, it's been quite amazing of some of the other stuff that they have actually trimmed off completely. So we've invested in a new friend, our hawk, who may appear in a minute. He's just going up on his string at this moment, if I can find him. Oh, there he is. And we're going to see how he gets on. Hopefully he's going to keep the pigeons at bay. We need to do something. As I say, it's been a real pain this year, but no, despite the late start because we were just too busy, and despite the dry weather and the cold nights, doesn't look too bad out here. We've actually got quite a lot underway. We're cropping well, and the soft fruit cage over there, we're getting an awful lot out of that. Been overrun with strawberries, been overrun with all sorts of soft fruit. So as I say, despite the late start, hasn't been a disaster, and looks like a good year ahead. So out here in the cell area, it's tidy up time. As I say, we've caught up on a lot of things, still producing quite a lot, but it's that time where we can actually go through everything, block it up, prune down the bits and pieces we need to, give everything a good weed off, move everything around so we actually get our alphabet right again, because obviously as we pull crops out from top house and bubble and here and there, the alphabet gets a bit skew-whiff. Makes it difficult, yeah, so we're starting to block up now, starting to produce a bit of space, which is nice. And obviously as we start to produce crops and perennials for into next year, young plants will obviously start filling in the space again. And yeah, the veg cage that we use for all our young veg transplants, that's basically empty now. We've just got a few bits and pieces that have gone past their best, so they'll be disappearing soon. And won't be long until we actually start thinking about producing stuff for the autumn. So we'll be thinking about sowing peas and obviously more brassicas for winter planting and autumn planting. So won't be long before we start filling that back up as well. So out here on the beds, it's more of the same really. We're tidying up, we're going through the potted fruit, pruning and weeding it off. Going through the grapes, caning and tying those. Emma's over there caning and tying those in. As soon as we finish those, it will be into the soft fruit, and again caning and tidying and sorting them out. Just about kept on top of the shrubs themselves. They're all tidy, and yeah, hopefully we'll make some space out here that once again will fill right up. So as I said when we were in the tunnel, we've actually had to move a lot more of our veggie bits into the top house here because we've just run out of room. So we've got chilies going all the way down there now. We're still moving. We've got our bush tomatoes in here, and our aubergines and our container grown courgettes as well. So yeah, we're pinching quite a lot of the space in here for stuff we usually keep in the veg tunnel, but obviously we're growing a little bit more this year, and it doesn't really matter anyway, because at this time of year, like we're doing outside, we're sort of going through, blocking up, tidying up, and moving as much out as we can. So over the next couple of weeks and month, we should basically end up with a house with not much in it apart from the bits that should be next door. So then we'll have space for the autumn. So here in the bubble, we were actually able to get virtually all the fuchsias over to the one side that we wanted to, and we've got that done. We've got them all cleaned up and tidied, and of course now they're all in flower, so they're disappearing quite quickly at the moment, which is as we'd expect. But no, the other side of the house is handy for us now. We've pretty much got that full up way over there with all sorts of other crops that we're growing for into the autumn, and even things like asparagus, etc., that will be for sales next spring. And then of course down the middle we've got all our citrus, and they're producing fruit. Some of them got a few flowers on as well. It's been a strange season for those. Some have flowered at some times and some have flowered at others. All in all, it's been a bit weird, but I guess that's been the cold nighttime temperatures that we've had. But no, we're actually pretty tidy in here. So down here in the flower area, it's probably not quite as bright and cheerful as we usually have it, or have had in previous years. We've just about kept on top. We had a beautiful show of poppies. They've all now finished, so we're starting to pull some of those out, and we've got our dahlias back in, and they're coming up, and a few other bits and pieces that we've underplanted that should find their way through over the next few weeks. All the chrysanthemums are obviously in, got them caned and on wires, so it's just a case of keeping those under control, and that'll give us some autumn colour. But doesn't look too bad really. It's just been a case that we've been too busy elsewhere to make all the effort that we usually do. So I'll finish off this midsummer clip looking at piles of soil. Anyone who's been to the nursery will know that we had quite a big hole in between the car park and the herb garden, and as we're moving some levels elsewhere at this moment, it's produced quite a lot of spoil and soil, so we're backfilling and topping it all up, and this is going to give us an area which in honesty we're not quite sure what we're going to do with it yet, but hopefully over the next months and probably years we can develop this and get this planted up as well. So as I say, that's it for the middle of summer. I'll try and catch up before Tomato Day, and if I don't, I hope to see lots and lots of you there. We're going to have lots and lots of varieties to taste, and it's good to meet all our friends and eat lots of tomatoes.